to climate change?
Well, as a wildlife trust, we are of course planting lots of trees which are good for climate change. We've planted tens of thousands of trees in the last decade, and they're all out across the Tees Valley growing and absorbing carbon. But we do recognise that planting trees is never going to be enough. We'd actually need 3 planet Earths to plant enough trees to cope with all the carbon we're producing as human beings. So we have to do more than just plant trees, and what we're doing is we're monitoring all our carbon and we're analysing where that comes from, and we're doing our best to make changes. Now, some of those things we can do directly because, for instance, we've put solar panels on our building so that we don't use as much non-renewable electricity. But other things that cause a lot of our carbon are things like travel, and staff travel to work, and that's much harder to sort out because it involves technology, and it means help from government as well in terms of new rules and regulations and those things as well. So some things will take us a lot longer, but we are really serious about getting to carbon neutral by 2030.
So how locally can we tackle the issue of climate change?
I think we have to do it we have to think about it just from our own personal point of view and the changes we can make. Because as I said before, there are some things we're going to rely on technology and governments and laws and things to sort out for us, but we can all make personal choices. Right from things like our own travel. I do my best if I'm doing a journey of less than 5 miles to either walk or get on my bike. So we can do things like that ourselves. We can make personal choices. Other things that are slightly less complicated, think about what we buy and where that comes from, and the amount of carbon that's being used in its manufacture. So whether that's things like plastics or whether it's peat for our back garden, those things all make a difference. And if enough of us make a difference, then we can all make a huge difference together. So it's got to start from ourselves personally and at home.
Yeah, brilliant.
So thanks for those questions, Hannah. Can you tell me what you think is the one thing we can do to help climate change and the planet for the next generation?
Yeah, of course. So personally, I believe that keeping well informed, doing your research and taking an active and hands-on role is vital for improving the planet for the next generation. So that could be things, for example, at the individual level, volunteering for an eco-conscious charity like the Wildlife Trusts, doing practical conservation or community outreach. Or you could also use your voice to campaign for political or retail change. Unfortunately, as we're all aware, there's very, very little time left for us to just be bystanders. So making these small or large changes to your everyday lives are really important and really do make a difference, and it's just really, really empowering as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.